In this video I'm trying the smallest national airline of Europe with only 2 aircrafts in their fleet. This is Air Albania, the tiny airline in the Balkan with a very impressive service for an unbelievably cheap price of 27 euros. My expectations were not high, but Air Albania surprised me, so let me show you my whole flight experience with this mysterious airline. Hello everyone, this is Tirana International Airport. I arrived here a few hours ago from Budapest, and now I'm waiting for the Air Albania check-in to open because they don't allow you to do the online check-in and they don't give you an online boarding pass, so it's mandatory to get a paper version here at the airport, but for that you need to wait for the check-in to open. At this time, the Air Albania Istanbul check-in was already opened, so I went there to ask if they could give me the boarding pass for the Milan Malpensa flight, but they refused to give it to me and told me I have to wait another 40 minutes for the Milano check-in to open, and only then I could get my boarding pass and go through security control. Security was very interesting because I saw they had CT machines, which would mean that you can bring your drinks or liquids over 100 milliliters through the security check. Although they have these advanced CT machines here, they did not seem to understand the main aim of these machines compared to the older regular ones. I had to throw my drinks out. I was peacefully walking in with my drinks, that finally an airport when I can go through with my drinks, but no, it was not possible. It's just for your information to know that although if an airport has CT machines, they could have different rules, so it does not mean that you can always bring your drinks through these CT machines. The last time I experienced this was at Helsinki airport. They had the exact same machines and they allowed all my liquids to go through. So different airports, different rules at the security control. I still have like 2 hours to kill before my flight departs, so I tried the Tirana Airport Business Lounge, which has a very high rating on Google. It's an over 9.4 rating. And this is the only lounge at the airport, so business passengers, lounge key, priority pass and dragon pass passengers use the same lounge here, and it has got a very exciting design. It's like in a cave, and it might be shocking, but there was no Wi-Fi, and not even in the terminal building. There was an airport Wi-Fi, but it did not even work outside or inside the building. So I had really high hopes that in the lounge I will have strong connection, but I did not. There was no Wi-Fi in the lounge, so I do not understand how the business passengers handle this, that they come to an airport lounge, the main aim would be to connect to the Wi-Fi for work, and it's not possible here, unless you have mobile data. But I was only staying for 3 hours in Tirana, so I didn't want to pay for mobile data. I was hoping for Wi-Fi. So, as I told you in the beginning of this video, Air Albania is the smallest national airline in Europe with only 2 aircrafts in their fleet. They used to have a third one, an A319, but they removed it from service by now. They used it for charter flights, but now they only have 2 A320s. One of their A320s used to fly for Indigo in India, then they sold it for Etihad Airways and Etihad sold it for Air Albania. This aircraft now, what you can see here, flew for Etihad Airways and then Etihad sold it for Air Albania, and that's the journey of this aircraft here. And one of their aircraft is 15 years old and this one is 12 years old. It's crazy, but the seat selection is for free of charge. Even before check-in, you can select your seat. So when I purchased the ticket, I selected my seat and it's for free of charge in the 27 euro ticket. There was also a bag included in this ticket price. There are only very few passengers flying to Milano Malpensa today. Almost everyone has a free row. And what is very interesting, that in the seat pockets they only have one safety card and that's it. They don't have waste bags, they don't have magazines, they don't have like promotional material in the seat pocket. I rarely see this, that the airline only puts the safety card in the seat pockets, nothing else.
Exits. This aircraft has 8 emergency exits, 2 in the forward area, 4 in the middle, and 2 in the rear. All emergency exits are visibly marked with sign exit, and in case of an evacuation or level lighting, will guide you to the exits. If you are required to evacuate the aircraft, you must leave all your belongings behind by an automatic compartimenti maschera vestibile 2, centrale Tullur, capni 3 milja massima.
While the aircraft keeps barking, let me tell you about Air Albania's route map. They mostly fly to Turkish and Italian cities. They almost have like 3 flights to Istanbul every day, but they also fly to Ankara and Izmir in Turkey. Among the Italian cities, they very often go to Rome and Milan Malpensa, and they also fly to Bologna regularly and to Verona and Venice. It's also a common destination for them. So basically these. And they also fly to Dusseldorf. This APU barking is getting very frustrating after 10 minutes, and you will hear that after takeoff it will still go on for like 25 minutes, and after landing it was also barking the whole time, like during landing as well. Shortly after takeoff, the crew was very quick and started the onboard service. I knew that there was a meal included in my 27 euro ticket, but I did not know what to expect. But it was a great surprise. We received a warm sandwich, it was pretty big, and we also got a bottle of water. And the sandwich came in an Air Albania branded package, as you can see. And there was also a drink service where I went for a cherry juice, and we received it in an Air Albania branded cup. Let's take a closer look at this sandwich. It was a ham and cheese toast with cucumber and paprika. It was delicious actually. It doesn't look good, but it was very nice. And for a 27 euro ticket price on a 2 hours flight, it's insane that Air Albania does this service. This is the emergency exit row. As I mentioned you previously, the seat selection is for free of charge except the emergency exit. But the crew was looking for volunteers who may sit here because, you know, for safety rules someone has to sit in the emergency exit, and my friend volunteered to sit here and I stayed in the back. And I also have to mention that there is a business class section on this aircraft. So Air Albania sells business class tickets, but it's pretty expensive. As you can see, no one flies here today, so this section is empty. That's the reason I can show it for you. Basically the only difference is the free middle seat between the window and the aisle, and there's also an adjustable headrest on the seats, what we don't have in the economy seats. Oh, and one more thing, I found magazines here in the seat pockets, so for the business class passengers they offer Air Albania branded magazines. I looked for a route map in it, but I did not find, only advertisements and news. The crew was super kind, she showed me the features of the business class seats. In the lavatory you can still see the ex-Etihad Airways layout, the brown cover of the toilet that reminds me of the Etihad Airways lavatory. After 1 hour and 20 minutes, we started our descent into Milan Malpensa, and the barking started again. If someone can tell me why is it necessary for an A320 to keep barking the APU for this long can explain me in the comment section. I would really appreciate that if someone explains me. And it was even barking during the taxi and the whole approach. Seems like for Albanians it's also a tradition to clap after landing. And the APU barking continues. It goes on and on. It's been going for 35 minutes now, because when we started our upper approach it was already barking. As now we are arriving from Tirana and Albania is not part of the European Union, we are parking in the non-Schengen zone. That means we will have to go through passport control after we disembark the plane. And it seems like we will park next to a Turkmenistan Airlines Boeing 737, which is coming all the way from Ashgabat, Turkmenistan to Milan Malpensa. And there's also a Royal Jordanian parking next to it. It's coming from Amman. Seems like Air Albania pays for the jet bridge here, so we have the luxury of disembarking a 27 euro flight on a jet bridge. It's very rare. All in all, it was a very great flight for 27 euros. I really enjoyed it. That we received a warm ham and cheese sandwich, there was free drink service. The crew was very kind, the seats were comfortable, they were massive leather seats, and I'm really surprised how can a national airline keep up its operation from these low flight prices. They even include a 20 kilogram checked-in baggage, free seat selection, a sandwich, a drink service, everything for free. And I find it unbelievable that if we compare it to other national carriers, Air Albania has an outstanding service. So it's a very tiny airline, but if you fly with it, you really get what you would expect from a national airline. So as a conclusion, I really appreciate Air Albania's existence on the European airline market, and I hope they can continue their operation like this and keep this amazing service. And thank you for watching. See you soon in another trip report. Have a nice day. Bye bye.